So my next poem is called Skinfeariority. Melanin queens, we deserve to be seen. Melanin kings, you deserve more than the gold chains of a new slavery. They want our bodies, want to sell our beings as commodities, mock our hair unless we wear a weave, and won't respect us unless our skin is bleached. Afro is the most natural hairstyle, but for professionals it's deemed as too wild. If you're mixed with white, you can just pass as all right, but you'd better be just that extra bit polite, because it's fear that your presence incites. How did the day become afraid of the night, the light become afraid of the dark? Take a look around you and what do you see? White faces modelled across every city. Can't escape the white supremacy. It's splashed across your TVs and magazines. Say hello to the white Jesus. Hell below. Church say pray on your knees for us. Just believe in us. A white man who came from Palestine. Laughable that this white man turned water into wine. Well, I'll take my turn and I'll pray to the divine and I'll ask, Father, was it you who created such divide? Told me to turn the other cheek, but take an eye for an eye. Are you taking backhanders from the devil on the sly? Take it that so you could build your white heaven in the sky. Make us fear death when the most natural thing's to die. Was it you who put a white man's picture on the shrine and said worship? The same God who gave the white man the whip, the quick academic wit to enslave melanated bodies and place them on slave ships. And excuse me if you can't handle it, but this lasting legacy of incessant white supremacy is sick, so where's the remedy? Racism is a disease. So I ask you, God, please, when your missionaries spread the gospel, how was and is it possible to alleviate those responsible for their actions? So contradictory is your philosophy, it's beyond recognisable hypocrisy existing in every Christian faction. Your missionaries quote illiteracy as a signifier of the primitive. Well, God, I pick up my pen, but can you handle it? The words that I write, God, would my words mean more to you if I were white? God, do you know white from wrong? God, have you been white for long? As white as the snow that falls in the Christ masquerade, the Christ whose words enslaved, the Christ whose missionaries degrade and spread hate, conditions to manipulate. And I'm sure the Lord knows that the missionary style is referring to rape. The Christ whose words engraved in the minds and hearts of a people. Inferiority, skinfeariority. The Christ whose Bible dictates that one group is entitled to the Holy Land and murder the Palestinian people on demand. Well, God, if this is your call, then you and the devil must be playing ball. Oh, and God, please explain why your Pope has an upside-down cross hanging from his wall. If God is omniscient, he has answers to it all. Love doesn't have a colour, so how can a bigoted God designate the melanated people as the other? White skin is a genetic mutation, and I promise you I am not advocating, but who should logically be facing alienation? And no, honey, that's not reverse racism. I'm just saying it's a fact that the original people were black. I understand that white people can sit back, relax and pay tax, but I refuse to when I'm in a country that chooses to abuse those whose skin doesn't have a bluish hue. Globally and at home too, and if that's news to you, well, you're thick in the midst of your white privilege. They say ignorance is bliss, and for those that are white, I'm sure it well and truly is. And these words are not to dismiss your experience. Every being's life has worth on this earth, but for what words are worth, believe me, facing daily oppression truly hurts. So I request that you take a step back from your white privilege and question why you're hashtag blessed and who created this, and question the ways in which you're surely, well and truly perpetuating this. Thank you.
Courtney, everybody.